Hello, my friends. It is so nice to see you today. If we haven't met before, my name is Jen Daly, and I am a therapist and a family coach, and I help kids and their grown-ups learn to take care of their feelings and be more in control of themselves and have more fun together and be able to talk to each other better. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about something very particular that's going on inside our bodies right now. So you may have heard words before like stress or worry or anxiety or nervousness and words like that. And I wanted to tell you mostly they're very similar, but in some ways they are quite different. So I wanted to teach everybody today, and today's video really is for everybody, about what the difference between stress, anxiety, and worry are so that we can better deal with what's going on with coronavirus and staying home and all of the things that we're dealing with during this time. So the first word I want to tell you what it really is, anxiety, is pretty particular. Anxiety is a medical term, which means that it's a doctor's term that doctors have come up with and is that sort of a thing. It is a doctory word, anxiety. Now, lots of people use it, but when we're talking about the doctory term, anxiety, what it really is a physical, in your body, and mental, in your mind response. So you feel it in your body, you think it in your mind, and it is a false alarm. What does that mean that it is a false alarm? So have you ever had to get up in front of a big group of people? Maybe if you're a grown-up, it's a big presentation at a meeting, or maybe if you're a kid, maybe it's your chorus concert at, with the winter time, or maybe as a teenager, it's the presentation that you have to give in front of class. That often is a feeling that you have where your heart's racing and your mouth feels really dry, and maybe you're getting a little sweaty under there and your hands are all clammy and your mind is like almost blank and you can't even talk or something like that. That is an anxiety response because it's happening in your mind and your body, but it is a false alarm because there's no danger when you're singing at a chorus concert or presenting in front of your class or talking in front of a meeting. There's no danger there. You will be fine. You will survive it whether you do it or don't do it. There's no real threat. That's why it's a false alarm, okay? So anxiety is a mind and body problem that is a false alarm. Okay. So the next thing that I want to talk to you about is worry. Okay, so worrying is thought-based, so it's the things we think in our mind. Obsessive, which means that it cycles in our brains over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, like listening to the same song over and over and over again. It's negative, which means it is not very nice to think about. And repetitive, which means it's the same thing all of the time, often in similar situations. So if you are somebody who has a tricky time falling asleep because you are thinking over and over and over again about the same things, and maybe it's something that happens on the playground all the time, or maybe it is something that you're worried about might happen, but it is thinking over and over and over again in a way that feels bad, right? If I'm thinking about something I'm excited about, like going on a great vacation, maybe to Disney World with my family, that's not a worry, even if I think about it all the time, because it's happy and makes me feel good about it. But if I'm thinking about it all the time and it is negative, which means not good and makes me feel bad, that is what a worry is. And lastly, I want to talk to you about stress, because what most of us are dealing with most of the time right now is something called stress. Stress is body-based, right? So we feel it in our bodies, and it is event-based, which means that there is a situation that has caused it to happen, and then it does something called exceeding our resources, which is a very fancy term to say that, and we just don't know how to deal with it, right? I know how to deal with a little bit of a disappointment, right? I go, oh, shucks, and I take a deep breath and I let it go and I try to focus on something else, or I distract myself from something. But stress is when we feel it in our body because of some event or situation that has happened, and it goes way beyond anything that we know how to deal with. That is what stress is. Now, I don't know about you, but a the whole world taking a mega sick day for more than a month now where I live, and probably another month more where I live at least. So the whole world, the whole community taking a mega sick day because there is a virus that is so contagious we all need to stay home so that not everybody gets it and that we can keep those people that we love safe who need to take care of others. Well, I don't really know how to cope with that. So I was complaining to my own friends the other day saying, there's no escape from this stress. And because we can't change the event, we're just one person. Each of us are just one person or one family. And individually, we can't deal with the giant event that is, this virus pandemic, this worldwide, really long sick day. Okay? And it gets hard to juggle everything we're supposed to be doing because kids mostly when they're home want to play. I don't know any kids who like doing homework during normal days, or if they do, it's okay, but they don't like it that much. So we are having to work from home, which does not feel normal. While our parents and our grown-ups are trying to be sort of like our teachers and keep us on task for doing our work from home, and then maybe if we're lucky to have a computer or a tablet or something and internet in our homes, then we're supposed to ask questions to our teachers maybe once or twice a week. And we're looking at screens an awful lot in awful different ways. Meanwhile, our grown-ups are working and everybody's trying to get stuff done because it's good to be productive during these times, which I don't agree with, but that's what a lot of people are hearing. And then maybe they're worrying about their own, your own grandmas and grandpas or aunts and uncles or older people or sicker people. Maybe they're worrying about those people as well. We are dealing with an awful lot of stress right now. And it's not quite anxiety. Anxiety is when we're staying up at night, thinking about it and it's a false alarm. Worry is when we just think over and over and over and over and over about it and it's thought-based and obsessive and negative. Stress is that actually there is a lot going on to be dealt with, and we don't have enough to deal with it. We don't have enough in ourselves to deal with it. So today, finally, I want to tell you what to do with that stress, okay? Because we cannot change the coronavirus pandemic. And you will, grown-ups or teenagers have maybe seen on the news that some people are very angry about needing to be staying home, and some people are grateful about staying home. And some people don't even care about staying home and all sorts of things in between. And that's all of their ways of dealing with this stress. But nothing we do as an individual person or as an individual family is going to make the coronavirus go away any faster. We need to leave it to our leaders and science to tell us when it's safe to do something next. And that's all we can do about it, okay? But what we can do is think about ways to stop, right? There are a lot of things that can feel like it's flying at us. Do this math work, do this coloring, write this poem, go clean your room, put your socks on, we're going for a walk, time to make dinner, clean up dinner. It's really crazy making. So what I want to recommend that you do is to just say, stop, slam on the brakes, stop hard, okay? Just stop. And then I want you to think about, I know I'm feeling stressed. I know the situation is the way it is and it isn't the way it isn't. And then I have the resources that I have and I don't have the resources that I don't have. So if we stop, and really get clear, the coronavirus is the way it is and it isn't the way it isn't. And I probably don't want it to be the way it is, but we can't do a whole lot about that. Then you can think about, what can I do that can help me with my stress, right? So this weekend, I read 2 whole novels. They were this is the 3rd one. I started it this morning. They're this thick. I read 2 of these books this weekend. It was a great way to stop, say, what is going on here? I don't like that I have to be home. And I'm also dealing with something called tendonitis, which makes my feet hurt, so I can't really go for walks. Right now, I have to rest my feet. And I was really unhappy about both of those things, and they were really contributing to my stress. But I said, stop. My body is the way it is, the coronavirus is the way it is, and neither of them are the way that they aren't. Okay? So what can I do that will help me with my stress. And for me, it was to get lost in a really wonderful story. Now, that might not be the way that you want to deal with your stress. Maybe you want to color, or maybe you want to just go outside and be totally away from phones and tablets and computer screens and just be out in nature. Maybe you want to watch your favorite movie. I have a lot of friends who have been watching Harry Potter marathons, right? There are lots of ways where we can stop, slam on the brakes, get clear about it is the way it is and it isn't the way it isn't, and we have lots of feelings about that. And then think about, so what can I do that would feel really nice, that's not stressful at all? For me, getting lost in a book is one of my favorite things to do. For you, it might be, working in a garden and using your body, or maybe it will be going for a nice walk in nature. Maybe it's, a movie marathon or something else. But I do hope that because we're dealing with all of this stress, you know that you're not alone in it. We are all feeling that way, and we are all having a tricky time with it. But if we can stop, get really clear on the ways that it is and the ways that it isn't, and how we might like it to be, but get that it's not that way, and then find some way to take care of our stress by getting lost and not thinking about it, or relaxing, or doing something really, really pleasurable, that will make us feel a lot better. And I know I said I did it this weekend, but you can do it on a Monday or a Tuesday also. You can always stop, get the way it is and the way it isn't, and find some way to cope with your stress after that. Okay? So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate everybody who's been watching these videos and sharing these videos with their friends. If you would like some more support in slamming on those brakes, stopping, and getting some extra support for your stresses, then please visit my website, jendailylicsw.com, where you can book a family play date or a parent coaching session. And, you can find most of my other videos there too. Okay, until I see you next time, my friends, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.